Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I realize that it has been 4 years since my last video, but we're not gonna talk about that. Because what we are going to talk about is me doing the carnivore diet for 90 days. Today is technically day 3 or 4, something like that. Not really sure. I don't remember. But we're gonna just pretend like I posted on day 1, like I had my act together, because clearly I don't. Anyways, I want to tell you guys the kind of why I'm doing this, and then I want to get into the plan that I'm going to follow, like the carnivore, like the specific type of carnivore diet I'm going to do, because it falls under many interpretations to many different people, and there are many mixed reviews on YouTube and online and things like that. So I want to tell you guys kind of what I'm going to do, and then I want to tell you kind of like the exercise plan I have. I keep looking over. I have my elliptical set up over here, and I keep looking at it like it's gonna jump in the conversation any minute. So it's fine. Just ignore my weird glances at my elliptical. Treadmill. Not even elliptical. It's a treadmill. Moving on. All right. So the reasons I'm going to do the carnivore diet for 90 days. Overall, it's gut health. For years, I have had issues with food. I have a 3-page list of food intolerances. Some of them are ranked higher than others. These are not food allergies. These are not foods that are going to kill me or cause a severe reaction. Basically, if I eat these foods, I just get horrible diarrhea and bloating and gas. A couple of those things are casein, which is the milk protein, or the protein found in milk, and things like that. There's coffee, beef, chicken, egg whites, apples, bananas, oranges. Those are some of the main things. Gluten. I'm not supposed to have any gluten. Gluten was at the top. Gluten and coffee were at the top of the list. The gluten I can listen to. The coffee, not in your life. That's not happening. We're not gonna not drink coffee. I can deal with diarrhea if I can have coffee, you know? But for years I've gone ahead and eaten those foods. There was a time when I cut those foods out, and I dropped 50 pounds in 2.5 months, something like that. So I'm not really gonna cut out all the foods that I'm not supposed to eat, because I choose life. And there's 2 or 3 foods left that I can eat, that I'm willing to eat after I take out the 3 pages of foods I'm not supposed to eat. So the last couple of months, especially, my stomach has been horrible. I caught a stomach bug about 2 months ago, and it just didn't seem to leave, and then it just started getting worse, and it mimicked the symptoms of gastritis that I had that 8 or 9 years ago. I was throwing up everything that I ate. I was having horrible diarrhea. I was very nauseous, extremely bloated and gassy, painful gas that I couldn't pass. I had heartburn. I had a tight feeling in my chest. At first I thought it was an anxiety attack or a panic attack. But then along with the other symptoms, I'm this happened before. It feels exactly like gastritis. So I'll just eat better and wait it out. Well, eating better didn't really help anything. I could eat cottage cheese and gluten-free crackers, and that was pretty much it. And the weird thing is I was eating tiny itty bitty little half portions of food, maybe twice a day. I was hardly eating anything at all, and I was gaining weight. I've been sitting at about 180 pounds, which is really high, but I've been trying to lose weight with no luck. And right now I am sitting at 190 pounds. I have gained almost 10 pounds, because I fluctuated from 180, 180.5, something like that. So I've gained almost 10 pounds in about a month and a half. And I can't seem to lose it. So for those of you who don't know me personally, I am only 5 foot. I'm actually not even 5 foot. So for me to be that heavy, even at 180, I know I'm severely overweight. I'm grossly overweight. And I have been trying to eat healthier. I don't eat hardly any sugar. Like every once in a while, I'll have a dessert if we have like a fellowship at our church or something. I don't usually eat sugar though. We do eat a fairly carb heavy diet because we are on a fairly strict budget, and carbs are cheap. Potatoes, breads, rice, beans, pasta, that kind of stuff is cheap. I do know that that has attributed to my weight gain and me not losing any weight. I also have not been overly active. I am not working this year. I was a school teacher for like kindergarten. I'm not doing that anymore, and so I'm not moving around like with the kids. I don't walk around and interact with the kids. So I'm home, and while I'm on my feet a lot, I'm like, I'm cleaning my house or taking care of animals or something like that, moving around, but I'm not as active as I had been before, which I do know is a contributing factor. I have not been in a calorie deficit, which again, I know that contributes to that. So with all of the symptoms, with my stomach, with my gut health, that's one of the reasons for me going on the carnivore diet. Another reason is like my hair is falling out. My skin is my face is very, very broke out. Can't see it right now because I've got like makeup on, and this lighting and the camera is working together for like my benefit. My skin looks fantastic. But my skin is broke out. My skin is very, very dry. I have not been able to sleep great. Even if I do sleep, like anywhere from like 4 to 12 hours, if I manage to stay asleep, to fall asleep and stay asleep, I could sleep anywhere from 4 to 12 hours, and I wake up and I don't feel rested. I feel very lethargic. I feel like I am dragging all day long. I just don't feel very good. And so those are some of the reasons that I'm going to do the carnivore diet. Now, as far as what I'm going to do on the carnivore diet, I am not going to do like super strict, like the lion diet, meat and salt and water. I am going to do a little bit more lax. I'm going to do meat, whatever meat I can get for the cheapest price at the grocery store, which is going to be like chicken leg quarters, pork shoulder, chicken thighs, maybe some ground beef. I'm gonna keep shrimp in my diet simply because it's easier for me to get fat in my diet sometimes than it is protein, and so the shrimp is just pure protein, and if I'm the only one eating it, it's like $6 a pound, which I know is high, but it's a nice additive to boost the protein, and I don't eat a lot of it at any time, so I feel like shrimp is it's an okay splurge. We did have nice chuck steaks last night for dinner, found them on sale, so that was a splurge, but this is going to be a very, very budget friendly version of carnivore because I cannot afford like the expensive meat. If we have beef, it will be ground beef, like the cheapest ground beef I can get. I'm not going for like the all organic stuff, the grass fed. I wish I could, I can't. So if you're like me and you want to do the carnivore diet but you're afraid it's going to be too expensive, just to focus on like the cheap meats. I'm going to be focusing a lot on eggs. The one thing that I will be spending a little bit more money on is butter. I want to make sure that I can get like good butter since I'm going to be eating quite a bit of it. So I'm looking for the brands that like maybe non-pasteurized butter, non-pasteurized cream. We have a farm stand that we can go to. We get a little place that's got raw milk and stuff like that. So I'm going to be going there to probably get my butter. I will be doing raw milk and raw yogurt, or non-processed yogurt at least, from this same place I'm getting the butter from. We'll get our eggs from there too, because my chickens are being freeloaders right now and not laying any eggs. That's beside the point. So I will be doing raw milk and the yogurt probably like maybe 2 times a week, and I realize that they're fairly carb heavy, but the reason I am doing this mostly is for healing my gut, and raw milk and yogurt have incredible gut health properties. There's so many nutrients and vitamins and stuff in raw milk. There's, I think, prebiotics or probiotics, I can't remember. But raw dairy is so good for you. So I'm going to be incorporating that just a couple of times a week, just to help kind of heal my gut. The salt I'm going to be using is the pink Himalayan sea salt, or the Celtic sea salt. I just like the flavor of the Celtic sea salt a lot, and the pink Himalayan is what I have on hand. So that's what I'm going to be doing for eating, and I'm going to be trying to get like 75% of my calories from fat and 25% of my calories from protein. I do realize that that ratio does not work for everybody, but that's what works for me. I've done that for the past like 2 days, and it makes me feel incredible. I have energy. I don't get like that 3 o'clock lull. I feel a lot better when I do that. So that's what I'm going to be doing as far as my fat and protein go. I am going to be shooting for a minimum of 10,000 steps a day, and I have a little like walking pad treadmill type thing that I'm going to be getting most of those steps on, because right now in North Texas our weather is very weird. It's like it's either really cold or it's warm, but it's pouring down rain, and we live on a dirt road. Everything is mud. I am going to try to do, like I said, 10,000 steps a day, and I want to work up to like 20,000 steps per day. I did that several years ago, and I did feel a lot better doing that. Just, it forces you to be active when you're trying to get those 20,000 steps a day, or even 15,000 steps a day, but you're forcing yourself to be active, to get up and move, and I really like that. So I'm going to shoot for that at some point. I will be posting like my meals, and with like a screenshot of like the macros that I've had for that day. I might post like a picture of like my watch with my steps to have for how many steps that I got the day before. I will be taking some electrolytes, some homemade electrolytes. It's just potassium, magnesium, and salt, and I'll be taking those to make sure that I don't get dehydrated, that I'm not lacking on any of the nutrition that I need. I will try to post the video on how to make that. I'll try to post that in the comments below, or in the description box below. I found a video where this girl shows you how to make them. I don't remember her name. I apologize greatly, but I will try to post that link in the description box below. If you are interested in making your own electrolytes, it's much cheaper than pretty much anything out there on the market. So I very highly recommend it. And I think that's about it. I will post an update video similar to this with maybe a before and after picture, and with my before and after weight and before and after measurements. I will post that at 30 days, and then at 60 days, and then grand finale at 90 days. And we'll see, we'll kind of see how things go from there. But please, when I post, if I post on Instagram, if I post on YouTube, please comment on, on your thoughts, any advice that you've got, anything like that. I would love to hear from you. If you don't see me post, then comment on something or message me and be like, hey, where are you? Why aren't you posting? Did you die? Because I sometimes forget that, I said I was going to do things, because my ADHD is like, I've got like a rabid squirrel running around in my head controlling me. So, feel free to reach out and remind me, like, hey, slacker, post. Are you sticking with this, or what's going on? So it would greatly encourage me to hear from you. So let me know your thoughts on this, and if you've got any advice, any tips, if there's any carnivores watching this who have done this before, then please, I'm all ears for your advice, for your tips, for your tricks, for all of that. So yeah. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you follow along this journey. I hope you guys stick around. I hope that I stick around. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one.